Hey Taurus, it's me Marie, and I am back with another or your bonus energy check-in. Keep in mind, this is a general read and may not resonate with all of you. Roles can be reversed, so put yourself where you see fit in your situation. The energy that is showing up here, we have no filter, speaking your truth, authentic communication, raw honesty. This is how I really feel. Divine timing, patience required, trusting the process, perfect timing when it's meant to be. Wake up call, spiritual awakening, sudden clarity, urgent awareness, can't ignore anymore. Bottom of the deck is me versus me, self competition, personal growth, becoming better than yesterday, my only competition. In tarot, you have the hangman clarified by the Five of Wands, Two of Wands clarified by the Page of Swords, the King of Swords in a reverse, clarified by the Ten of Wands energy. Judgment clarified by justice. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords energy and the overall energy of the read. So I feel like with the Four of Swords being the overall energy of the read, Taurus, you're in this energy of solitude where you're thinking, you're in your head here. Um, you could be thinking about something that you want to say to someone with this no filter here, but it's coming up as wait, have patience and wait for the right timing here, Taurus. You let something go with the hangman and the five of staffs or the five of wands energy. Maybe this was some sort of fight or argument. It looks like you let that go here. Somebody could be still bringing it up as if, um, to keep the tension going between the both of you. But it looks like the universe is saying, take a step back, observe, listen, don't add fuel to the flame at this time. Um, you will have your moment where you could speak your truth to whoever this is that you want to speak your truth to, Taurus. Eight of Swords energy is coming out, clarifying the Hangman energy. This could be to a Pisces you may want to speak your truth to. It could be a Libra. And then you also have Judgment out here. I believe that's Scorpio energy. Um, Let me see. What is that? Yeah, Scorpio energy because that's Pluto. So I do feel like you may want to speak your energy to any of those signs. It could be any sign, by the way, here. But um, it really feels like with the Hangman and the Eight of Swords energy, you might be feeling a bit hopeless about a situation here, Taurus. But I feel like the universe is saying, give it to God with the Hierophant and the Two of Swords energy. Um, think about it, um, go within. Um, some of you might need a temporary break from someone. You might need some privacy from someone. But I feel like with the Hierophant, give it to God here. The Eight of Swords could also be feeling stuck, feeling helpless. You may not have someone to talk to get some sort of advice from, but I do feel like, you do because we did see the Hierophant. So give it to God, you know, sleep on it. Um, Six of Swords is clarifying the Five of Wands energy. Like I said, move forward, move on from whatever this is. You know, um, the choice is yours with the Seven of Cups energy. You can have, you could wait for the right timing here. This could be about information you found out too with the Page of Swords energy. If it's some information you found out, wait, don't, it's not the right timing. Wait, trust the process. Patience is required. Um, when the right time come around, you will know. So heal from this situation. Um, Even though it's stuck in your head, just move forward. Whoa. Queen of Pentacles is clarifying the Two of Wands energy. Hold on, Taurus. A lot of cards. Yeah, see, like I said, you could be planning to say something to someone with the Page of Swords energy showing up here, to speak your truth, you know, to communicate how you feel about a situation. I feel like whatever it is that you are feeling, you could be feeling burdened and exhausted, You could be dealing with someone who's not helping you pull the weight with the King of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who's very, very manipulative, judgmental, and arrogant, very big ego. You know, this person here just is just, I kind of feel like you've been keeping quiet and you're ready to blow. And again, you know, the universe is saying that time will come and you could be planning this exact thing, to speak your truth to someone that you're tired. You know, you feel like someone's slave here, Taurus, and you want to free yourself from this situation. You know, you're pulling on the weight, you're feeling obligated, you're getting tired here. But I kind of feel like there's going to be something that is going to happen that is going to bring you some sort of relief, here, especially with the star. And it keeps saying for you to heal and move forward. You know, you will have your say in this soon, but don't jump ahead of the gun. You know, don't, speak too soon. You know, you're not going to have the outcome, that you want, especially if there's a lot of tension in the air. And I feel like it is a lot of tension in the air, here, Taurus. So why is the King of Swords in the reverse? Yeah, the King of Wands out here. See, it looks like somebody here who comes across as if they're this King of Wands in the upright, someone who's very successful, a great leader, you know, have visions, you know, could be a good mentor, very bold and powerful. But underneath this person is a manipulative energy, uh, immaturity at its best, too. So I feel like, you know, the outside shell of someone is not who they say that they are. Why is the King of Wands and the King of Swords here? Wow, Six of Cups in the reverse. Why does this Six of Cups keep coming out? Ay, ay, ay. This person needs to grow up with the Six of Cups in the reverse. Again, it feels like, you know, dealing with this person in their false sense of self is starting to become a burden to you. It's almost like you're raising a child, you know, with the Six of Wands in the reverse. They need to be more independent, you know, of self here. Um, Whoever this is brings a lot of burdens, and you just really feel burnt out, you know. Um, it's like you're facing challenges and challenges with this person. It's like it's never a break, you know. But I feel like there's definitely a break here that's on the horizon. I don't know. I'm also picking up too with the King of Wands and the Six of Cups energy. Wow, King of Swords in reverse again. Somebody here is stuck in the past with you. They're burdened by it. This is somebody who was very ruthless, very cold, very rational, possibly even violent for some of you. Somebody is stressed out with a Nine of Swords and a Six of Pentacles. They could be wondering who is helping you or who you are giving your help to as well. Then you have the Sun here. So this is somebody who is envious and jealous of your joy, of your happiness. You know, whoever this is very miserable. But again, the Six of Cups is out here. It is in the reverse. This person may want to ask you for forgiveness, you know, because they can't let you go. Why is the King of Swords out here twice? Wow, Page of Cups. This person is going through some sort of tower. This could be karma, you know, them wanting to choose. And whoever this is yearning. I feel like the energy of this person, they're yearning for you really, really bad, Taurus. And it's causing them to act out as well. Um, you know, didn't you want my card for the Eight of Swords energy? Let me see. What is this about? Y'all reading's been encrypted lately. Knight of Pentacles. See, you were committed to this person. You gave a lot to this person. You know, to the point to where you even felt stuck or trapped, or you were paralyzed by fear at one point and moving on from this person, but it looks like you have been putting a hard work in towards committing to self. You actually, maybe some of you are already in this break already, where you finally, get some sort of relief here, from dealing with this person. You've healed from this fight or this competitive situation with this person, and it looks like, that you've done that. It looks like this person is showing up in you guys' energy continuously, um, planning something, planning to come back, planning to make things right, won't apologize, and that might just be the very moment that you're able to speak your truth. You can basically tell this person about the information you found out with the Page of Swords energy, here. Maybe this person didn't think that you knew much, and um, this that kind of gives this person comfort, thinking that you guys they could be thinking that maybe you guys could have just basically ended things, but you found out more information than what this person knew. um, this person know that you have found out pretty much. So somebody here who was cold-hearted, who's in this King of Swords in the reverse, who's very intimidating, ruthless, cold, vicious even, wants your forgiveness now. They're dealing with a lot of burdens. They're feeling exhausted here. Maybe people are seeing the true colors that you're finally seeing here. You know, um, you got Judgment in the reverse. So this is somebody who is self-loathing at this time with the Judgment in reverse. It's also self-doubt, afraid of change and procrastination. So this is a procrastinator. Maybe this person was procrastinating to give you a permanent offer, Taurus, but this person wanted you trapped. But I do feel like you've gotten yourself out of this situation. But you're going to be able to speak your truth soon to this person, because they're the ones that want a truce with you. They're the ones that want to work things out with you. They're the one that is wanting to send you messages of love, because things are not going well in their own life here, Taurus. So you have the High Priestess clarifying the Judgment card, Taurus. I feel like this judgment you called upon this person is pretty much justice here. You know, um, there's some sort of change that's coming your way with the Knight of Swords energy, or this could be a warning to be careful of being impulsive with the Knight of Swords energy. Or this could be that someone here is waiting to seize an opportunity to come back in, to chase, or to come back. Yeah, Two of Cups clarifying judgment. Somebody is definitely waiting on the right timing um, to come back in, because it looks like you're very silent. Like you silently judge this person, and closed out this chapter with this person here. And this is fair. It was fair. There's some sort of third party fight here with the Five of Wands, and it looks like it's over you, Taurus, because the Five of Wands is in your energy. Um, it could be about why you walked away, why you abandoned this connection, but you are the topic of the town somewhere in the United States with someone. But the judgment could be in reverse malicious gossip. So this King of Wands could be being maliciously gossiped about here. They could be, the truth could be saw here, and the truth could be saw with you with this judgment card in the Hierophant, High Priestess. I mean, they could be seeing, your spirituality, the fact that you have this strong connection to your spirituality or your religiousness. Somebody is seeing the truth here, since things has ended with this Death card. So again, they could be being judged at this time the way that they judged you. with the King of Swords in the reverse and Judgment in the reverse, and then you have the Ten of Wands. And this could be burdening this person here, and this could be why they want to come back to Taurus, because they didn't have the support that they had. Um, they could be recognizing that they had a strong support system with you. You know, um, you didn't have drama going and coming. Um, you know, you were always reliable as well. You know, so with the Page of Wands in the reverse speaks about being unreliable. You know, tantrums, even somebody doing something in haste. You know, bad news. Page of Wands energy here. You might even hear about, you know, what someone is going through. That's been showing up in you guys' energy too. You have the Death card, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Swords energy. There could have been a third party energy, or someone could be sick, because the Three of Swords could be bad health too. You know, not feeling well. So somebody here is, you know, going through the motions here. Why is the Page of Wands in the reverse while you are recovering? King of Cups in the reverse. So it looks like this person who was cold here is having tantrums because you are silent. You made a final decision call. You know, they're overwhelmed by it. You know, they're overwhelmed at the silence that they are getting from you. You know, because with this person, God is the memories of you. They feel like the work that they put in, they should be compensated for it. And, you know, at the end of the day, what this person is not looking at is like there's a strong disconnect between you and this person. Give me one more card for these kings in the reverse. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So they could be dealing with family disputes, you know, instability, you know, debt, you know, confrontation after confrontation, tension, you know. This is a lot going on with this person. They're facing the tower. They're going through a dark night of the soul. So it's like if this person reach out to you, you know, and you've been holding on to something you want to say to this person, you know, don't reach out to them. You know, allow divine timing. You will have your say. You will be able to speak up for yourself. Maybe this is about telling your truth too. You know, people then created the narrative about you for so long that you went along with it. You don't even care what the narrative is. You know, if that's what you heard, believe it. Yep, I did it. Yep, you know, it's the attitude that I'm getting from you, Taurus. But it's gonna come a time where it's somebody is going to reach out to you, and you're going to be able to tell your truth, and it's going to make sense to these people here that is dealing with a King of Wands energy, a King of Swords in the reverse, and a King of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this is all the same person in their different energies that they are displaying at this time. This person intimidated you. They had you stuck. They wanted you trapped. They probably could have tried to imprison you as well. Had some sort of court, you know, case with this person. You know, they could have gotten family involved, you know, but this is somebody who was with, you know, playing puppeteer behind the scenes, where they were, you know, pulling on the strings of puppets, some minions, and having these people go up against you. And so now that time has passed, because I just saw the Knight of Pentacles, people are seeing the truth, you know. They were pointing the fingers at you, but they didn't realize they had three more fingers pointing back at them. And now they're in the hot, they're in the hot seat with this person. You know, things is coming to the light about how vicious this King of Wands been. You know, keep in mind it could be any zodiac sign, but in this read, it's a fire sign or a water sign or a air sign. There's that Knight of Pentacles. You know, you've been consistently doing you, being silent. You know, being in your bubble, healing. You know, trying to get over this trauma, this drama, and you finally succeeded. It feels like here, Taurus, and so it's like while you are going on with your time, planning your next, you know, forward movement and how you want that to go, you're going to get a message, especially with the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups showing up here, possibly by the third party. They could tell you why they walked away, or they could tell you about a fight that they had. But again, I feel like this fight that they had was over you. Give me one more card for the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords energy. Page of Swords in the reverse. It's about some gossip. I'm telling you. It's about a betrayal. Something to do with somebody lying, possibly about them having a home. I'm sorry, a family. You know, they could have found information out here. You know, give me one more card. Why is the Page of Swords here twice? Telling you, it's about some gossip. In how, like, domineering this person is. Got the Nine of Wands in the reverse. The Nine of Cups is in the reverse here. Hmm. Somebody is going to give you some sort of news here, Taurus. Give me one more card for the Page. I'm sorry, the Nine of Wands in the reverse. This is clarity. The Nine of Wands in the reverse is also trapped, stubborn, giving up. So somebody could have got the same fate that you've got, you know, with the Nine of Wands here in the reverse, and then the Eight of Swords energy. That's trapped energy here. And again, this could be about this person trying to get you put in jail here, um, out of, you know, for their own selfish reasonings, you know. But you're going to definitely get a message from someone, Taurus, and it may be a message that you don't want to hear, maybe from somebody you don't want to talk to. But I feel like, you know, this is going to be your moment to speak your truth and tell, you know, what really truly happened between you and someone. Because I feel like in the meantime, you've just been doing you, you know, taking care of your responsibilities, you know, not trying not to be distracted, you know, focusing on your home here. Um, but again, Seven of Cups in the reverse, you know, that's pretty much moving forward. So again, you've been moving forward, and it just boom, one day you're going to get that message, and somebody is going to speak to you regarding what somebody else said about you, or what they tried to do, um, to get you in prison, or drag you in the court system, and that's when you're going to tell your truth. I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. I hope it resonates. Take care.